Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 1/24/2025. I've noticed that already people like me more than I have Bodhi in my life. I told the people at work, I've told a couple people about my Bodhi story, and they immediately like me better. So I'm pretty happy about that. I have Bodhi here. I am not going to bring her on camera unless she wants on, but we'll see how that goes. She's sitting right over there. I was excited to return home to her last night, my first night or first day at work, and she wasn't in the house. I couldn't find her. I didn't look that hard in the beginning. I knew she was here. There was no way to get out. I kind of did like a once over in the house, like, is there a door? But she was hiding behind the couch. She fell asleep, I guess, and but she came out and everything was. In the beginning, she wasn't sure, so I guess she woke up and wasn't sure what was going on, maybe, and then came out, and then everything was fine again. So it seems like she's okay when she's here by herself, but it was the first day, so we'll see how it goes from there. I got thinking about this morning. So if you've never watched these videos before, I'm all relaxed now. I got a new hat. I don't remember if I put that in the last video. It's a little too big, but I'm kind of happy about it because my hair does get longer, and then I can also wear my earmuffs. But I'm not happy about it. I'm just adjusting. I wish I would have bought. They didn't have the smaller size, but now I know that people that say I have a big head, apparently I do not, because it's a medium large and it's too big for me. So I don't have that big of a head. I once heard that when someone was giving me a compliment, which I really needed at the time, another person stepped in and said, "Don't give him any more compliments. His head will get too big to walk through the door." And I'm like, yo, how about let me speak for me? But sometimes that's just not how it works. I didn't even know that I wanted a cat until I got one. And now I'm really cool about it. The sneakiness of love. Love will creep up on you. It's early in the morning. It is like, I think, I woke up before midnight today. After I bonded with my cat, I fell asleep on my couch I guess I got off at 6, so I think by 8 I was asleep on the couch. And then I got up and then went to bed. I guess I was really tired. It's funny, whenever you think that you're not doing much, a lot of times you're doing a lot and it's exhausting. But sometimes when things go very well in life, we take it for granted. And I may be doing that a little bit right now. Oftentimes the best teams that you work with have went through stressful crisis together, and they've survived downfall. Coaches almost want to have a stretch where the team doesn't do well, especially if they're really good, because you need to have adversity. That's just the way you sharpen tools. Success makes you complacent. Failure makes you better if you allow it to. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being held responsible, fear of people finding out. Those are things that cause major anxiety in you. I don't really deal with that. I've pretty much talked about everything I can talk about on these videos that I can think of. That comes from being active. But guilt and current deception, when you're dealing with those things, when you haven't made amends with yourself, that's whenever you are struggle, like on a daily, outside of what you are currently in. It's like sickness that hurts you from being in your present awareness and being able to enjoy your current moment. But you don't have to. It's like people that have all these that endure very painful, that use their mind to overcome it. They essentially do what you do in meditation, is remove yourself from. It's almost like you allow yourself to come back from the perspective of where you might be, wherever. Maybe it's whenever you dream. I'm getting off on the rails a little bit, but that's why I do these. Maybe it's whenever you are like in your, when they say that you die and you rise up, maybe that is where you go, and that you can only go so high. I don't know. But oftentimes, and I think what we have right now, I hate to say it because everybody's revved up about the TRUMP thing. I'm happy for it. Go get it. Let's do it. I'm optimistic, but it doesn't change. I mean, like, just because one day happened and now we have someone else on top doesn't change the fact that I thought it was a charade to begin with. But I don't want to be a part of anything that's not positive. So I'm going to allow this to keep moving the way it is without any criticism or trying to. I don't want to alienate my voice. So what I will say, though, is when things are being held up that are not real, there's going to be an inevitable crash and burn. And I think it's, in my opinion, right now, important for us to start making plans for how to make it peaceful. That what does not kill me makes me stronger. You have to remember that if you do get into a very adversarial situation in any walk or system, even down to the simplest game of war in cards, whenever you're playing cards against another person, and then you cycle that down into just that game. And those are what the rules apply to. It's just that game and where you're at. So you have to remember that in those situations, when you're having sympathy for your enemies, you have to remember that what does not kill me makes me stronger. So if you're having sympathy for your enemy who is enduring difficulty and you encourage them out of their difficulty, they come back stronger. You don't want that. You should end your enemy, really, if you're really in the art of war. It's reality. I mean, that's natural law. It sounds cold, but that's what it is. I have no enemies. That's my intent, is to not have any enemies. I don't want any enemies. I am not here to fight. Anything you can do, I can do better. Know that. Just because I no longer play the game doesn't mean I can't. I can still hit the golf ball. I'm pretty sure my swing, well, I'll just let my swing show you my ethics. I've got a pretty nice golf swing. I don't think too many people would say otherwise. I'd like to go play a little golf, honestly. Same with sales. You like numbers? I can show you numbers. Or I can just let all that talent of all the mentors and all the apprentices that I've worked with, and I've worked with some strong stuff, and let all of my experience just flow through me. Just allow that to happen. And then results just happen from that. I'm going to do one real quick off the rail thing because it's important to me. In customer service, it's really not difficult. It's very simple. You give good service. You provide good product for good value, and you follow through and follow up. There's no other solution. Your business will grow exponentially. And if you can create more people like you that will A, B, C, D, it is a matter of just, it doesn't, and there's so many talented people out there. It's just about pinpointing and finding them and getting them together and following their skill sets and putting people in the proper positions. And the people that are really good at organizing are the ones that have been, but the problem is people that are really organizing, I hate to say it, they don't have the best ethics because they're more collective. And actually they're more it forces you as power siphons into. So that's the whole structure of the pyramid. So power doesn't corrupt. That's not true. Power in the hands of people that are organizing, that understand how to use it, is not good because they use it in the wrong way. Maybe that's why they keep these mystery schools so tied up, because you can really become a magician, especially with people that are following numbers. So I can show you numbers, or I can just let all the talent of the mentors and apprentices, like I said, flow through me. That's what you're doing when you're trying to live really day to day now, is kind of how I try to live, but you get out of it. Everybody does. Life sucks sometimes. And if you say that, that's a bad thing to say. I just caught myself like moping into it. You shouldn't even say stuff like that because it puts it out there. That's how powerful I think it is. Even when you say it in a nonchalant way. Look into nonchalant. What's that mean? Results just happen if you follow natural law. And what I said in customer service is natural law. Do as to others as you want done to yourself. Like, pretty simple. When the numbers are counting themselves, that's what happens. It doesn't matter how well you count your corn. It's going to grow regardless of your counting. And sometimes it grows more than you thought and less than you thought. It's kind of like the weather. When you have a repeat business where customers typically, I don't know where I'm going with this, let's go to the next page, typically come to the store 3 or 4 times. Oh, okay. This is where I'm getting into like shop talk, but like if you are in a business where it's typical for you to close a sale for a customer to come back 3 or 4 times, and when on different days, and when customers do come in to purchase and they purchase on their day off, you don't actually get credit for the close. You get credit for the money, half of it, but you don't get credit for the close. So I'm just talking about numbers. And you only have, say, 10 or 15 sales and 40 customers. It's a small sample size. The numbers are maybe less predictive because you have a lot of opportunities that are really the same opportunity. You're not getting more than one close for all the times that you had the opportunity. And then if you actually have somebody 4 or 5 times and then somebody closes a sale for you, it actually hurts your numbers like a bunch. If it's in that small of a sample size, the numbers aren't, I don't want to get into it. I'm not trying to like say anything. I just want to show you in a way that is able to convey without emotion and without trying to be like a big boss or a small boss or whatever you are in your role. Are you straight commission? Yeah, I'm straight commission. So you only make money if you make a sale. Yeah, I don't make any money if I make I don't, yes, sales is it. Am I making too much money for you? Do you think I need to earn it? I don't think people understand the change of dynamics when you change rules. When you change one rule, that's why the amendments are so hard in the Constitution. I mean, that's why they set up that way. Do you know when the last time we made an amendment as a people to the Constitution? You should look that one up. It's not as long ago as the moon landing, but it was long ago. Why do you think that is? I think we should just pass an amendment that says the government sucks. Can I say sucks? When you are able to acknowledge the rule change, like when you see a rule change that's small, that's where, like, people that are really wealthy, they change the rules small on purpose. Like, they'll change all this stuff over here and they'll do one little thing over here that nobody sees. And that's their valve. And alter behavior. So if you're able to see where that rule change is and just fit, flourish, take advantage, profit, capitalize. That's not a good word, guys. to capitalize. It's not a really a good word. But I don't want to digress into things that people don't like to talk about, just the words that we say. I want people to like me. I want to help. I really do. Make the world a better place for everyone. I want to be the change you seek. I want to be it. Don't say it. Say what you need to say. I just wanted to sing that once. I haven't sang much on this video. Do it. Don't be a clown. I don't know. I struggle with that one. I'm kind of a clown. Do you think I'm funny? Am I funny looking? When I get real stern, people don't like it. When I get into this mode, just when I get it like really serious and I square up and I get like intense, people do. It's very off-putting. I like that. That's one of my favorite. That's when I don't love Jennifer Lawrence, the actress, but she has a Between the Ferns where she's with him. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And it's a whole pudding thing is very funny. I encourage you to look at it. When I raise up with my eyes and my shoulders back squared, are you ready? I'm like, I don't try to be aggressive anymore. I just try to be like, I know what's going on for the most part. I've been paying more attention than you have. People immediately, they de-escalate. So I don't go there anymore. I try not to, because I don't like to be squared up unless I'm trying to hit a shot. A golf shot would be fun to hit. I am starting to get a little bit of golfness to me. I'm walking on ground that I walked when I was a pretty good golfer, so I'm interested in looking into golf. But I don't know what time is that I have, so I need to be very careful about what I put my efforts into. I want to make my life a musical moving forward, is what I wrote down here. And then my penmanship got much better because I got that's a good idea. I should write a musical. I think we need more musicals. I enjoy a good musical. I've had one good experience. It was actually my 5-year anniversary, and it was a very nice evening with my wife at the time, even though we started drinking for the first time in 5 years. So, what are you going to do? Maybe that's the angle for New Day moving forward. I should write a musical about my life. I could be like I could turn it into like the Rocky story. You know, Sylvester Stallone, how he... Now, you never know what can happen. I think I could square up next to Sylvester Stallone. I'd like to see him and ask him some questions, and get to know the guy and see if he's like real. Touch his face and be like, "Is that real?" I know you have plastic muscles. I don't really want to touch Sylvester Stallone, honestly, but there it is. I can say this for sure. If I ever got into a situation, although I forgot to read this part, I left this part out because it's a self-deprecating. I could be the Rocky story, but only a slacker, spoiled rich kid that rode a golf cart around. It was literally a Harley Davidson golf cart that I had painted, and it said Sherlock Special. So I didn't have a bicycle. I had a Harley Davidson golf cart. It had one of these guys, and it had a bed in the back of it, and I had it painted, and for some reason they painted it teal blue, and I have a thing about teal blue or like light blue, I don't like that color that much. I think it was because my mom told me that I shouldn't like it for some reason. Anyways, I still keep moving away from the deprecating part. So I'm going to just read the line. I could be like the Rocky story, only a rich, slacker, spoiled kid that has everything in life but expected more. Something like that. That's supposed to be a good line. I can say this for sure. If I ever got to present something like that and I got to go do like an acceptance speech, I'd look pretty good in a tuxedo. I would not go to the casino. I think I could show self-restraint. Because there'd be a little devil in me that was starting to pop off. That'd be like, let's go to Vegas, baby. I think I could hold that away, though. I'll make you laugh and cry at the same time. That's one of my main things. I think that's a great one. If you can get somebody crying and then laughing, or laughing because they started to cry, that's some good stuff. There ain't no light that's big, too big, once you've gotten into the places where I've been. When it's so dark and then you come out of the light, it just allows your valve to open. I think, with humility, and just not take it for granted, I think is what's important. I'm not saying I'm doing any of this. I'm just saying, in a general life to life, getting this cat has been amazing. So I need to make sure that I don't take that for granted once you get somebody amazing in your life. And I think people do that too. Running to the left is the name of the format I've got coming in my life right now. I'm going to try to bring that in. Or running to the right. Running to the left or running to the right. Running to the center. You can't run to the center, though, really. I guess you can, and then just when you get there. I think that's what happens a lot of times, is you just go until you can't go anymore. And then once you get there, it's either from exhaustion or just from defeat of getting your ass beat. You get to the point where you can't go any further. You're just out. And that's when you're like, what now? And that is when I got touched. It's a long video. I was going to say it. I'm trying to clean up my language. Like, I was already pretty good, but I'm trying to be really good at it. And it's hard to take it in anything. You can be pretty good at something, but to be really good at it, you have to give up in other places. It's just like Dungeons and Dragons. How can you make a musical guys want to see? I think that's the hard part too. Because guys just really aren't that into it. I think maybe rock and roll, maybe some comedy. What the Jersey Boys did, that show was good. But so were the White Russians. I drank a lot of White Russians during the Jersey Boys night. I think I had too many. Anyways, I called in sick the next day. Hey, if you watch this, I forget what my manager's name was, but I totally was hungover. I don't do that very often, but that was one that I did. Anyways, I kind of like it. That's why I like these sessions, because I get to come clean on stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you what the name of the company was, but it only happened once since I've been like an adult. I think when I did it as a kid a few times, but as an adult, the only time I've ever called, the day of, morning of, that was it. And it was my 5-year anniversary. And I think everybody pretty much probably knew. There was actually a fire, I think, later that night after we left. We didn't cause it, I don't think. The Tao is great. Do great. Be great. Be grateful. Be grateful. And then I put, don't apologize for greatness, because I think I was already ashamed that I wrote 13 pages this morning. So I could have been writing this musical, which would have made me some monetary value so that I could be a good father, which is what I should be doing. I just need, like, maybe, so my girl, Bodhi, she's sitting right over here. Maybe she'll encourage me to write this. I think it's a good idea. Right, I don't know. I think I got to work on the title, though. I don't know if it's running to the left or running to the right or running to the center or just not running. I don't want to do what Forrest did. I'd like to do that in like a RV. What Forrest did in an RV. That would be cool. With the people behind you. You just start going on your little RV trip. That's what he did, though. Like, he faced, like, I think it was his mom, right? He lost his mom. And for him, that was everything, because he didn't have Jenny. And he was just like, you know what? Did he get new shoes? Somebody sent him new shoes, or somehow he got some shoes, and he was just like, I'm going to just go running. And he did. He just kept running. He ran so much that his beard, what did he say? It was funny when I had to take a shit, I'd stop, take a shit. He didn't say it that way, but it was funny how he was breaking it down. That was probably one of the best parts of the movie, actually, was that. So there you go. That's what I'm doing right now. Run, Forrest, run, or don't run. Everybody have a great day out there. This is so long. Thank you for taking the time. Do great. Be great.